one downstairs, but I don't see all of them up here.
A little bit of everything out
Yeah.
there today.
We're festive.
I know it.
Ready when you are.
All right, we're up and running. Morning,
Yeah.
Ben.
Second time. Morning, guys.
Hey, Ben.
So how's everybody this morning?
Oh, we're here and just a cooking.
Just a cooking, huh?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's an exciting day.
Yeah, well, I don't have a whole lot, anything to make it exciting. I do have a little bit of news. Both my trucks sold at auction.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to Fordsville, Kentucky, if the guy follows through, which he should. I logged in and approved the sale Saturday, and they've got 5 days to pay, and then 10 days to pick up, according to the Gov Deals contract. The '04 Chevy sold for $7,877. Then they pay a 12.5% buyer's premium, so his total payment is $861.62 on that truck. And then the '05 Chevy sold to the same bidder. Our payment would be $91.88. Buyer's premium total $10,336.50.
Was it Dusty that said that the transmissions are really valuable in those trucks?
That truck's got, both of them's got the cat motor, pre-emissions,
Yeah,
and then they both got the Allison transmission.
yeah.
So
They
we
got the
both
motor, they got the motor and the transmission people want. The fact that the trucks were pretty worn didn't matter
Right.
with that.
So,
If you, now, try to get that kind of same money out of the Max Forces and I'll be happy.
I'd hope I'd get a little more, but maybe
I don't know.
not.
Every diesel mechanic I've talked to, I've told him about the Max Force and he said, don't bring it to my shop.
I know it, I know it.
Said I can't get parts and they're a nightmare, so.
You know, these trucks are decent. I mean, they're pretty rough.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had hard lives, but, you know, they're, it'd be interesting to, I mean, a farmer or somebody that want to do a little bit of side work, it'd probably be all right.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna get it if it goes to Kentucky. It's a long drive from them old Chevys, but anyway, you guys are, well, I hope you're okay with it. I already approved the sale, but
Oh, yeah.
I'll, stop where I'll have to get the title for both of those. Hopefully, maybe I'll see him this week. He'll be up to get it, I'm hoping.
Compared to
Okay,
the
well-
trade-in, I'm sorry.
I need all the information now because they have to sign the titles.
They don't sign those, I'll sign those. They're the highway, unless they want to sign them. I've always signed them in the past.
Do they say DeKalb County Highway?
Okay.
If they say highway, I think he can sign them, can he? I mean,
So is anything, are all the newer ones to the commissioners? Okay.
I was gonna say the new truck should be, we should be signing off all property because technically the commissioners own it. But if it was in highway before,
All the
Okay.
trucks prior to me have been.
It
Okay.
is highway, but I would still, to protect Ben, make a motion authorizing him to sign the titles.
as long as the county
It's
gets the money,
overkill.
I will make that motion.
It's wired to, the money's wired to Gov Deals, and then they're gonna send us a check. So these trucks will not leave until Gov Deals sends me confirmation they've received payment, and then they'll release payment once he picks up the property.
I'd make the motion to let Ben sign off the titles.
I'll second.
A motion and a second. Any additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the same. Motion carries and can sign.
And then I was just gonna give you an update, but I talked out there about the NIPSCO gas, where we was at. And then, just an FYI, I did receive the impact study, but I have not been through it enough yet, or nor spoke with NERC. Enough
Which
to-
study is this, Ben?
The impact study for 11A.
Oh, 11A.
Yeah.
Enough to really disclose a whole lot where that's at. I wanna read through it, talk to NERC, and I'll get back with you. But
How
I
many
did,
pages you say it was?
the whole study was 495.
Are you serious?
I just printed off the gist of it, and that's this here, but yeah, the whole study is 495 pages.
Obviously, it was a very thorough study.
Yeah, I guess.
A lot of repetition.
Yeah,
Done
it's,
by her.
no.
No.
It was done by Abamarchi Consultants. I don't know how you say it for sure, but
Oh,
Okay, spell it.
ABONMARCHE.
What's,
It's consultants. So you tell me how you say it for sure. I don't know how you say
I have
it.
no idea.
Abamarchi or something. I don't know how you say it. So, but anyway, I've got it. I'll look through it. I can send it to you guys if you'd like to see it. I think I can send it to you, unless it's too big, but if not, I can scan off the, because they sent it to me in a file share.
Yeah. Just send the important parts.
I can do that.
Yeah. Executive summary or whatever.
Yeah, I can get that in about a few pages probably. There's quite a bit of information in it.
Yeah, okay.
But that's all I have for you guys today.
Add on the next, the reason I was a little late coming back from break was that I is Bodkin, who is the one who feeds everything into who judge it goes to. The process just hasn't gone out yet.
oh,
When it goes out, you'll each get copies.
That is the best spot for it. I agree.
And she said that they have made a decision, they have, because Judge Grimm didn't have as much experience in those areas. He does in the things he does, he's very good. It was going between Superior 1 and 2. And Superior 1 is the one with,
really? Or, yeah.
Adam?
yeah,
Adam.
Adam Squiller. But they rearranged who gets what cases, and Monty's now getting all the civil cases. So it went to him, which I think is for the best.
That'll be good.
Oh, I just wanted to add that. So that's where I was.
Anything else? Excuse me.
We had some conversation last week about road use agreements and some of that sort of thing related to the solar. I spent a lot of time on the phone last week with some of the other county commissioners and so forth. I would suggest that we can take care of all the payment concerns by requiring $100,000 upfront payment from the solar companies to cover costs for legal and financial, for Baker Tilly and Barnes Thornburg, to help work through those agreements. The dollar amounts and the potential for not having the right I's dotted and the right T's crossed is significant enough that I think we really need good advice on getting those done. So that would be my suggestion. That's what's being done in other counties. Make sure that those costs are covered up front.
And that would be for the consultant to
Right, yeah.
to do the
Yeah.
road agreement
Yeah, and of course, we'd work with Ben.
with Ben.
Yeah. The kind of the normal situation on the road use agreements is that any gravel road that they use as access to the site for construction, when they're done, has to be chip and sealed. Any asphalt road that they use has to be resurfaced. So that would cover a lot of those gravel roads out east that have really been an issue and need to be looked at. So I think that's a win-win-win
I
there.
think that's at least they need to do.
Yeah.
Ben and I had a conversation last week, and we talked about actually asphalt on those gravel roads, converting them to asphalt.
Yeah.
And
There's nothing to stop us from starting there in the process
Yeah.
anyway.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Make a lot better road.
Well, sure,
Yeah, it's not Bitter
Yeah.
Road. And,
yeah, and,
okay,
yeah, I'm okay with that, but,
well, they can work with Ben, he can make the
yeah,
recommendations and,
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
get
based on the
that-
road.
get that
you know.
road up at some point.
Some might be okay, chip and sealed, and some might have enough traffic that they should be asphalt. So, I think that's good. So we'll, with your blessing, we'll proceed with that premise then, because that'll cover doing the economic development agreements, road use agreements, and the decommissioning agreements. I think we can get all of that done for 100,000 in consulting fees.
bond fees.
With Baker Tilly and Martin, if we prepared rather than the solar company, I don't know what they could slip in. And so
Yeah, I think that's a given. I just am adamantly opposed to using developer-provided agreements for those things. You know, I think we need to have a standard document that we use for all
for all
of
of
those.
them, exactly.
What do you think, Todd?
Well, we discussed on requiring at least chip and seal and preferably asphalt on the roads, and I think, said, ask for the moon.
I don't think we have an idea yet of how many miles that's going to involve, do we? They've not given us.
I've got some access points, and they were supposed to give me some routes that they wanted to propose travel. Haven't gotten the mileage.
Well,
I could scale it off relatively easy, but I haven't.
I'd like to know what roads they're proposing also, exactly,
yeah.
you know.
Well, that information has to be part of the road use agreement.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So we've
saying,
got to
yeah.
have all of that information.
We gotta know
No,
what
exactly.
roads.
Before we
Include the
can move
roads
forward.
within the area of development, and does that include the roads that may be on, outside of it, but bordering that development?
Good question.
It's a question that we'd need to, I'd say everything, it's,
Everything bordering it. would be
anything
nice.
bordering and everything
Route
through it.
Bordering it,
Yeah, I would say so too.
good, yeah.
Okay. We need a motion on that to approve that, I assume.
To retain Baker Tilly and Warren as consultants
yeah.
on solar.
I'll make a motion that we require a $100,000 upfront payment from solar developers as part of the development plan submission, and that we retain Rick Hall from Barnes Thornburg and Jason Semler and Greg Balsano from Baker Tilly to consult on the road use, economic development, and decommissioning agreements with the solar companies.
One question question, is that for each project, 100,000
Yes,
for each?
yes.
What are we agreeing to though by accepting 100,000 from them? What is that money gonna be used for exactly?
It's going to be used for the consulting fees to pay our consultants.
To pay our consultants?
Right.
Yeah,
But we're not guaranteeing them anything out of that consulting fee, right? I mean, we're not guaranteeing
No, but
approval,
they-
denial, nothing.
No.
It's just for consulting.
Yeah, because those agreements have to be completed, negotiated, and signed as part of the development agreement submission. So until those agreements are done, they can't put anything in front of the plan commission. That's part of
And that's a good thing.
yeah.
That payment not be credited against the economic development
No,
agreement money,
no.
okay? You may get kickback from them. You can always change the amount of the economic development agreement, but that
No,
should not
this
be
is
tied
not-
into what you're doing today.
No, that's not part of the EDA.
I agree with that.
Agreement at all. And I suppose that we should say, I'll include in that money would also cover any expenses for local council too on work related to the solar
Okay,
projects.
so far I have that you made a motion to require $100,000 upfront payment for each project from solar companies for consulting fees and it will not be connected to the economic development agreement something, and that the commissioners retain Baker Tilly and Barnes and Thornburg for, you said something before, road use agreements.
Economic development agreement, road use agreement, and decommissioning agreement.
And somewhere in there, you wanted to add local council.
Yeah, and local councils work on solar developments. Because I don't want to take that out of the normal commissioners' money that we use for Jim.
Got your mind wrapped around that, Todd?
Jim, local.
EDA agreement, 100,000, yeah, I get it. I guess I don't have a problem with it. Just want to make clear we're not guaranteeing anything for that 100,000.
No, we can't guarantee anything because
Right.
the plan commission's got to.
It's 100,000, so,
Yeah.
I'll second.
okay, we have a motion and a second. Any additional comments or questions?
Here.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Okay.
Was that something you get a hold of them with, Mike, or who?
Yeah, I'll reach out to the, I've got SB ones and abatement applications from 2 right now, and I'll reach out to them. The third one hasn't submitted anything yet, but we'll make sure that they're contacted.
All right, anything else? All done?
Let me know who I work with on that once
Yes,
we get
yeah,
retained.
I will. I'll call Rick Hall today and shoot an email off to Baker Tilly.
Chris Scalmer is working on a decommissioning plan with Andrew Cruz and Sarah Delbert.
Yeah. Yeah, and that won't, other than just running that past Rick Hall from the legal second opinion, we won't really need to worry too much about that one. That's,
No. All right, anyone, anything? Last chance. Hearing nothing, I will declare this meeting adjourned. Thank you all.
Date for the interview.
That's not today.
Oh,
Next week.
that's another day.
okay. I'll ask you another day then.
That's next week.
And I have the time. I just wondered.
Well, Ben, what